Good morning, folks. Jason Chrisman, JC's Bees, your Central Ohio beekeeper. Me and Ladybug's out here this morning. She's up there doing some grazing in the flower bed, damn her. And I'm gonna pick up these boxes and wait for this customer. But I also wanted to share some insight on the Pagmr Foundation. It's looking absolutely marvelous. If you remember the last video I spoke about it, I said the bees aren't touching it yet. Well, I was completely wrong. I ended up getting into a couple of the colonies, and actually I was making splits. And I happened to come across a couple of those Pagmr Foundation frames. Check it out, folks. Pagmr Foundation getting drawn out. Look at that. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Loaded with eggs already. Let's check another frame. Look at that. Got some nectar in there. Looking good. Isn't that amazing how they draw that out? I'd say they're liking it, folks. They're definitely doing a great job of drawing out the full sheet. See if we can snap another one apart here. Now what I did, so that I know that these are Pagmr, was I put a P on the frames. That way I know these are Pagmr Foundation. Look at that. Laid out in eggs and larvae. Beautiful. It's already loaded out in eggs too. Looks really, really nice. It's amazing how 1 week you can check a box of newly added foundation and nothing. You come back a few days later and all of the frames that you gave them, they've done something to. All 5 of these frames in this box have been touched. Okay, so this frame, nectar, we got a little bit of pollen. But look at that. They start in the center, start drawing it out, and then they work out towards the edges as it grows. So, or as the population grows, I should say, or as the cells are needed. You know, I kind of forgot which hives I'd put them in, and I was only checking one that I remembered, and that particular colony wasn't doing anything with them, but apparently all the others were. So here's some of the, I'm going to overlay some pictures here to show you what the results are. And I'll tell you, I'm very, very impressed. There's enough wax on there to encourage them to draw it out all the way across the frame. First, you know, I think it's simply amazing and beautiful to see how they take that plastic foundation and it just slowly starts to get drawn out. It's pretty neat to be able to hold something like that in your hands and look at it closely. But you can see that the comb is just beautifully white. They're covering it all the way across. They're packing it in with nectar. Some of them have eggs and larvae in it. So yeah, you can see the bees definitely do love the Pagmr Foundation. Oh, Ladybug's done grazing. Are you done grazing? Oh, her done grazing? It's funny, all the new customers show up and they automatically know Ladybug's name. How do they know your name, Ladybug? But anyway, there seems to be, now that the bees have had some nice weather to start with and are able to get out and gather some resources, they're now having no problems drawing out the Pagmr foundation. So I highly suggest that if you're looking for a good foundation that doesn't need any wax applied to it, check out Pagmr foundation, folks. The bees here really love it, and if you look across social media, it seems to be that many beekeepers' bees are loving Pagmr foundation. I'll leave a link down below in the video description. You can go there, check out the prices on their foundation, which I have to say is relatively cheap when you compare them to other prices. And what you're getting for that price, it's well worth the money. If you have any questions or comments about the Pagmr foundation or what I've done this year in my bee yard here, leave them down below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute to do so, and make sure you click on that little bell so you can get notified when I release new videos. There she is. We had our daughter's graduation party last Sunday, and Ladybug probably gained a few pounds. There was probably close to 20 people here, and as we sat outside talking to family and friends and eating shredded chicken sandwiches and potato chips and cheeses and all that different stuff, Ladybug made sure to venture around everybody and get a couple bites. Didn't you, Ladybug? Thanks for watching, folks. See you next week.